Of course, here in New Mexico, environmental issues are also a priority. Ahead of the session, we wanted to find out what's under consideration from lawmakers. So we caught up with Senate Majority Leader Peter Wirth. He's a longtime legislator, of course, from Santa Fe, who's also been an advocate for the action on the environment, especially water, for almost 2 decades. In an interview you'll only see on New Mexico in Focus, Our Land's Laura Paskus asks Senator Wirth what water, energy, or climate bills might make it through the legislature this year.
Senator Wirth, it is so nice to see you in person. Thanks for being here.
It's good to be here in person. It's nice to be coming out the other side of this for sure.
Yeah. So, legislative session this year, when it comes to the environment, what are some of the bills and priorities that you're bringing to the session that you see potentially moving through?
Well, I'm excited because, again, I said in the paper, it feels like the stars have aligned in terms of coming out of this election cycle and having a House that's really willing to look at water and climate and land conservation, and of course a governor who's a champion. Mm-hmm. And so it's a super exciting time. There's a whole range of bills that are in play. On the waterfront, I'm really going to push to keep water front and center. It's with all the other things going on, it sometimes gets pushed back. You know, we kind of do the pendulum. Oh, it's been raining, or we had a good snowpack, so we're not going to focus. But that is just kind of priority number one here for our state moving forward. Texas v. New Mexico settlement is kind of looks like that's moving forward. That's a good thing. A big bill that I'm going to work on with Representative Susan Herrera from up north and Senator Stefanix is one that deals with regionalization. Climate change, drought, the fires. We have all these water systems across our state that are critical, the drinking water for communities. And many created in the 60s under the Sanitary Projects Act. And oftentimes they're as small as 20 or 25 people. And what's happened is the infrastructure is outdated. With the fires, of course, the infrastructure all needs to be rebuilt. And there's huge economies of scale when you do things on a regional basis. So this bill will not be a mandate. That's super important. You don't want to tell, when it comes to water, I've learned very quickly that you don't want to tell people they have to do something. But if a number of these systems want to come together and regionalize, which makes sense for economies of scale, one lawyer, one engineer, one accountant, this will give them a template to do it so they don't have to come to the legislature and get a separate bill. Mm-hmm. So it's something that's been around for a number of years and we just haven't been able to get it passed. I really think this year these systems are coming to us now and saying, hey, we need new infrastructure. Many of the boards are the same folks that were there in the 60s when they were created that are still doing this. So that's going to be a big priority of mine. I'm also carrying 2 other water bills. One is to restructure the Interstate Stream Commission. Another one I've been trying to do for quite some time. We changed the Interstate Stream Commission so it not only deals with compact compliance, but I think in 2003 added water planning and all those other kind of policy sides of water, yet we've got a board that all comes from a certain type of folks. And so we've been trying to kind of spread the backgrounds of the board members so that it more accurately reflects kind of New Mexico as a whole and can make those policy decisions. So that'll be back. And then it's a big money year, and I've got a bill to put $250 million into the Water Permanent Fund, the Water Trust Permanent Fund, which currently is used to fund 4% of that goes to Water Trust Board projects. But it's got enabling language that allows the legislature to be able to access that for other water needs. And it just seems to me that with all this money, parking non-recurring money into buckets, which you're going to hear a lot about during this session, water needs to be in the mix on that. So big priority on water bills up front.
So we know we've got a big budget this year, but that big budget is tied to something that exacerbates our all of our climate challenges. Is this a year that we might see any movement toward anything like diversification of the economy or anything like that?
So yes, yes, and yes. I mean, it's quite extraordinary, the oil and gas play happening in southeast New Mexico. I don't think everyone understands really is, it's the number one play in the world is what I'm being told. And, you know, yes, we've got all that money as a result of that, but this is the tension that exists as we transition away from what will not be here forever, for sure. So diversification is key and will continue to be key moving forward on that line. And then I also think when it comes to climate and carbon, and I think we should put into law the governor's executive order on carbon and greenhouse gases. That's something that was introduced by Representative Nathan Small last year in the House, kind of got tied together with the whole hydrogen debate. So, you know, we've got, instead of just 30 days, we've got 60 days, which sounds like a short period of time, but certainly better than 30. So I think, you know, climate has to remain kind of in the discussion and in the mix.
Yeah, are we going to see anything on hydrogen this session?
So actually, as we sit here doing this discussion, the LFC is listening to Representative Lundstrom, who again is going to push a hydrogen bill. The big question is what type of hydrogen it is. And so again, I think, you know, hydrogen that's based on natural gas and kind of keeps us in the whole natural gas mentality and framework, that causes me concern. There are clean hydrogen alternatives, and it's a discussion worth having. So that, yes, is going to be back. So we'll have a discussion about that for sure.
Yeah. So you and I have had conversations for years through multiple governors and all sorts of different political situations. And I'm curious, like, why, given how important things like water, climate change, wildfire are, why do you think that environmental priorities seem to so rarely rise to the top of legislators' agendas?
Yeah, it's funny. I thought coming down to the interview, I remember the whole battle over the Gila. And again, when I carried a bill that just simply said, let's spend the money on all the different conservation measures instead of doing a diversion. I mean, my goodness, that was 2014, I think, and it was a battle royale, which I lost. So it's true. I think, you know, the current makeup of the legislature reflects where people are. And I think it's really important. Elections have consequences, and I am thrilled to be in a place where we have a Senate Conservation Committee. I chaired that at one point. Senator Liz Stefanik chairs it now, where there really is a priority of moving bills through versus when I showed up in 2009. I remember carrying a bill for Governor Richardson on oil and gas fees and fines that hadn't been changed since 1934, and I got one vote. So it reflects, you know, the legislatures really reflects where people are. And right now, we're in a place where the stars have aligned. And it's a darn good thing to have, because I just think that we have to be proactive and look with foresight into these issues and not just react. And that's a hard thing to do. And so I'm excited about that. And we're going to have that discussion.
Well, you have been such a steadfast advocate for water planning, for the environment. I really appreciate that, and I look forward to seeing what happens this year.
I'm excited. It's going to be a good session.
Thank you.